Hello, everyone. A very good evening. So, hope you all are doing really well and you are happy and hearty and healthy. So, today I want to talk about on the power of our intuition and how to cultivate it. You can also interchangeably use the words intuition and inner voice. So, I will be dividing this video into three parts. The first one starting with is what is intuition and what it is not. Second is how to cultivate it and day by day strengthen it. And the third, when it is very new around you, how to, what mistakes to avoid, so that you don't go back to that unaware state of mind and unaware way of being things and that state of awareness, the lower state of awareness. So, the first and foremost thing is your intuition and your inner voice can never ever be cultivated when there is so much of noises around you. Never. Your intuition is also not your fears or your anxiety. Sometimes we are so confused. Oh, what I'm feeling, is it my intuition or is it my anxiety? Oh, what I'm feeling, let's say I meet someone and I'm not feeling good. Is it because I have been hurt in the past or is it my real intuition? Such noises at getting at that instant, at that moment is hard. It takes a lot of practice. Some yogis and some self-actualized people only may be able to get through, the that moment judgment, just trusting their inner voice there and then and being 100% certain that this is not fear. Just a small break. Pardon me if you can hear the dogs barking in the street. Can't help it. They're just barking. Anyhow, second is the stronger your connection with the source or with the universe would be, or let me put it with God, and the stronger your faith would be, the stronger again your intuition would be, or the accuracy of it, or the strength, it would be really strengthened. Because you need to understand intuition is like a direct connection or a call. It's like a protective mechanism where you are not doing anything, but the very nature which has given you birth, the god is in direct connection with you, and he or she too is not god is not a gender, but just for the sake of saying, I'm saying he and she is guiding you. She, for the aspect of someone, they have a belief in some deity or a goddess. Otherwise, god is no gender, god is no form. It's just this universal power, something is there which is existing. I like to call it universe per se. Third thing is, your intuition would always be from a very detached space of mind. Let me tell you with an example. Let's say you're an empath or you have been always overgiving throughout your life. You have been exhausted. You don't know where to draw a line just because someone is your loved one, mother, father, brother, sister, best friend, partner, this and that. You overstep your own boundaries. You don't know where to put a full stop. So, in all of those times, when your intuition is asking you to step back, it can come as a jolt. It can come as like a shaking bolt to you, like, how can I do? If I won't do this for them, how it's so bad? I'm a bad person. I'm this, I'm that. But then, when your intuition says, when you are developing this connection with yourself, with the world, I mean, with the universe, with God, recognizing your own power, of course things are not going to remain same. And when those things are not going to remain same, you will have to be okay with that. you know it's like you can't have this also, that also. Either you just go round and round in the worldly things, round and round in your relationship with everyone whom you have been on this earth, or you be in a very detached space and be in connection with the Lord. I am not talking about abandoning them. I'm not talking about not being in a family setup. I'm not talking about be a celibate or don't marry. I'm not talking about don't party. But don't give that much power to anyone to affect you but the higher self, you know. So, like I said, your intuition, and the more slowly and gradually you start trusting it, it only empowers you, saves you, makes you a very detached soul, which I feel is a good thing. The next point I'm getting to is that, yeah, when I talk about detachment while assessing your intuitions, it also means that there is very less space for your emotions. Believe me, any emotion, anger, sorrow, love, happiness, everything is like kitch, 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 kitch. When you are having that epiphany or an intuition, you would be at a very calm space mentally, physically, you know, like you will not feel like okay, hushing, moving, ye bhi kar lo, wo bhi kar lo, doing this also, that also. There will be that space just for you, and that is very important, which is your own space. And it's not like no other person is allowed to enter, but it's like cultivation of a world within you. तुम अपनी भी एक दुनिया में जी रहे हो. ये narcissism नहीं है. This is not narcissism what I'm talking about. It's about you having a connection with your own self. The next point is the not the point, so I'm coming on to the second part, the tools, which really helped me to form that bond with myself. The first one was journaling. With so much noises, so many things around, so much of kitch kitch, so much of confusion whether I should do this, do that, so called not so pleasant events. Everyone having their own different opinions, and you don't know what is right, what is wrong. And then your emotions are just overflowing. You're not emotionally balanced and stabilized. What do you do at that moment? You pick up a diary, a book. Believe me, my first journal was on a register. I didn't even have a proper diary. I had, but I had drawn something or some things I had written. So I started writing my feelings on a register, ruled, single line ruled. And that day and today, I have filled almost 10 to 15 journals. Now, when you journal, when you write down, when you talk to yourself, when you are able to put it all out there, okay, this is happening, that's how it's happening, that is when you feel very lightened, and you'll never know how the words flow. There are now many healers, there are many spiritual people, life coaches who give you prompts to write, what is it, what is making you fear the most, what is it, this is happening, that is happening. That is a good way, I'm not denying, but I never took any help of those prompts. I just sat and I just wrote. At times my hands used to ache. 2 hours I used to write. And then I used to feel so light, and then I just used to sleep after that. But the more I started indulging in this practice, I started getting more clarity with respect to my life. I started seeing everyone around me, where they are coming from, how they are projecting, what is their original thought, what is not their original thought. Like I said, again from a very detached space, and that also made me very quick, and it enhanced my intuition. If I used to go somewhere, I could just understand, okay, this is happening from this space, this is the motive, it perhaps would have been this way. If not, where is it that I have to draw a line and a boundary? I can't overstep that. So journaling and writing helped me a lot. I might make another video on journaling altogether, but believe me, there are already so many videos on YouTube you can search. Second thing, what really helped me was reading. Reading good books, spiritual books, understanding where slowly and gradually we come from, what things are, how they work, what it is not. third thing was chanting. Now, those of you from India, and especially these times, there has been a lot of focus on one's spiritual development and everything, and they say Naam Jap, or um, in Hindi you say Naam Jap, otherwise in English the word is chanting. So I was in the practice of chanting since 10 years, since 2014. But in middle I left it. I started going other way. Chanting, especially if you are in a freeze response of a trauma, you are not able to get up and sit. There is so much overwhelming emotions in your brain. You don't know what to do. And you're not able to take your voice out every time it comes with so much of heavy melancholy, no, heaviness in the heart, like तुमसे बस हो ही नहीं रहा, तुम बस गिर रहे हो. उस समय I used to hear the repetition of a name or a chant. Now I was a part of, I used to follow Nichiren Buddhism, so I used to chant Namyo Horenge Kyo. And but when I could not, I would just listen to it. है ना. नाउ दिस प्रेमानंद जी महाराज ऑल्सो इन इंडिया, तो वो बोलते हैं कि राधा राधा नाम चांट करो. सम पीपल चांट वाई गुरु वाई गुरु वाई गुरु वाई गुरु ऑल्सो. Anything in any form, in any practice, whatever you can make a connection with, please chant. That's going to help you enhance your intuitions. That's going to help you strengthen your inner voice. That's going to help you take eventually right decisions. So these are various ways and tools. One is knowledge based, that is reading books. One is, of course, writing. And third is chanting. Now, don't make it like a compulsion or your head rose. ये भी करना है, ये भी करना है, ये भी करना है, ये भी करना है. No, go slow. Please go slow. Give your space. Don't be over harsh on yourself, over hard on yourself, that you end up doing nothing out of these three. So don't do that. Third is the warning. And this is the most important part, I would say, of the entire video. So when I started, and yeah, sorry, in the other second part, the tools is also therapy in case you feel like it works. So believe me, there's not just one way or the other. These tools can differ, can come at different times in your life. Sometimes you would be chanting more, writing less. Sometimes you will be writing more, chanting less. Sometimes you would be talking more, because when you don't want to write, you're not in a space to chant, your just brain is blocked. Then you'll do something else. But whatever it is, kindly and always have this wisdom to keep looking for tools to be emotionally well and to be connected to yourself. Connection with yourself is very important, guys. Believe me, if you're not connected to yourself, to your inner voice, you don't trust your intuitions, even if you get some like prince of somewhere to love you, you get all the, you become Ambani and Elon Musk, nothing is gonna happen. Those people reached where they are because they have a very strong inner voice. They trust it, they don't doubt it, they trust their intuitions, and most of the things which are done in their life are emotion and intuition based. There's no logic, because what they do is not logical. Are you understanding? Is it logical for a person in his 50s to actually on the verge of surpassing NASA, the whole government funded organization? No. What he does is actually magic in a way. I'm not endorsing Elon Musk. Please don't get me. All the anti US people and the capitalist, I'm not getting into all those arena right now, what he's doing, what he's not doing, that way. When I say about magic, when he dreams about having a civilization on Mars, I'm not saying he'll do or he won't end up doing or he might die before that. I'm not commenting anything on that. But anything extraordinary which you need to do, it's a normal human can't, you need magic. And for magic, you need to be connected to your inner self. Otherwise, you'll do jobs, you will go here and there and do things which I'm also doing. I'm also a very normal human part of it. But again, Don't get me wrong when I'm saying magic. For someone, magic can be just getting up, living life in a very authentic way and being happy. And for someone, magic is in monetary numbers. Yeah, in terms of fame, in terms of this, in terms of that. My point in saying was nothing big or nothing good for you, or and no change can happen if you do not have a solid inner voice. Third thing, now which I'm saying about the warnings. Please do not, after you follow all these practices, do not indulge in self doubt. Because when you will start cultivating these voices, you will start cultivating, you're strengthening your intuition and you've not been used to it, it will come as a big doubt. What I'm doing is right. What if it's my ego? What if this? What if it that? What if it's that? But you will only be able to believe it and actually feel you were right when you will sit down to write it again at the end of the day. During day, if you've taken a decision, doubts can come. But again, when you will be in that space of silence, you know, then your whatever your heart says, whether what the decision you took right or wrong, your heart will say what it was. So please listen to that. That's why I say silence is the most important thing, one of the most important things. Second thing is always stay grounded. जस्ट बिकॉज ये नया नया फीलिंग आ रहा है, हमें तो सब पता है, हमें तो ये है, हमें तो वो है, does not mean that you start flying in the air and you start giving lectures to people. No. Don't let your ego ride high on you, otherwise, you will fall again back on your face. You will do. Third thing is just because you've developed this power of listening to your inner voice or intuition or strengthening it, that you are always very connected with yourself, do not think you are any superior. Again, like not being grounded, but superior also. What I'm saying, a lot of times we have this sense, oh, we know this, we know that, but sometimes we have, oh, we know this, but that person doesn't know. No, they are not wrong or something. They're just, their time is not yet come. I would just like to put it in simple words like that. Their time has not is not there yet. So these were the points, more or less. I hope you understood. I hope you made sense with it. And if you want to add anything, you want to share your perspective, you want to share some other tool, or you just want to talk, or you just want to share about your life experience, what do you think on this, not regarding this video, anything else, please, please, please feel free to comment. And yeah, and if you've not subscribed, kindly subscribe. It's the first time I'm saying this in a video, but yeah, I just thought I felt like saying. Take care. Chalo, please take care. Bye.